Hello and welcome to part 6 of this Watford FM22 beta playthrough. Things are heating up nicely as we approach the end of the season. We've played 5 games since we last met, so let's run you through them now. Before we run you through the results, if you are enjoying the series, be sure to drop a like on the video. It's massively appreciated. And if you're new around here and enjoying it, make sure you subscribe. So since our embarrassment in the FA Cup against Peterborough, where we lost 1-0, we had a really good run of form. We beat Wolves 3-0. In the first time we played Wolves, we went 3-0 up, and then a sending off completely collapsed the team and we lost 4-3. Managed to avoid that this time around. We then went to the Etihad and won 1-0. So as you can see from the stats, we went for a good old kick lumps out of the really good players. 19 fouls, a sending off, and a 1-0 win courtesy of a Quaisance free kick. We then followed that up with a 1-1 draw against West Ham. Bruno Petkovic scoring in the 94th minute after West Ham took a lead very late. Their 16th at the time was a bit of a disappointing one, but it's still a good point to pick up at this stage of the season. We then picked up a 3-0 win after Brighton, which was really pleasing, as the first time we played them, they beat us 3-0. João Pedro scored all 3 in this one, and as you can see, we really turned it on against Brighton. We've been pretty good at home this season. I think this game sort of shows just how well we've played. And then most recently, it's gone very badly suddenly. 4-2 defeat to Leeds, Ismaila Sarr getting both for us. Leeds just looked like scoring every single time they came forward. And disappointing one. We followed that up to, at the time, bottom of the league, Southampton. They beat us 5-2 on the day, courtesy of 3 corner kicks. I know that Football Manager are looking at nerfing corner kicks as they are pretty overpowered at the minute. But in the state they're in, having somebody like James Ward-Prowse with 20 free kick and 20 corners, it's just they took advantage of that. So today we're going to be playing now bottom of the league Crystal Palace. They currently sit 20th. Horrible goal difference, having a really tough season. We're then going to follow that up with a game against 9th place Tottenham. We're currently 13 points ahead of Tottenham, and we've got a really good lead over 7th place. Like, Europa League is looking really promising. Okay, so this game day against Crystal Palace, we're as close to full strength as we can be. Livakovic's going to be in goal. Toure and Omar Richards as our fullbacks. Richards has been training really well, and he's played really well since bringing him in. Really happy with him. Francisco and Troost-Ekong are going to be the back 2. 2 fans just going to sit in front of them in that half-back role. Cook is still suspended after his 4th red card. It's the usual centre-mid partnership of Quaisance and Sissoko. João Pedro, Petkovic and Sarr as our front 3. As I say, Crystal Palace at the bottom of the league. We've really got to be winning this if we want to keep that 5th place spot. Here we go then, Crystal Palace at home. As mentioned, I think we're pretty good at home, but that's probably going to come back and bite me in the arse. Toure and Sarr linking up on the right-hand side now. Sissoko, we're 10 minutes in. Can we create the first chance? Ismaila Sarr has a shot blocked. Wow. Corner kick. Quaisance now. João Pedro meets it and it's off the post. Just 2 minutes later, we're deep in Palace's half again. Sissoko into Quaisance. We're very left-hand side heavy there. Sissoko with a very Musa Sissoko shot. Get out. Zaha off the pitch there. I'm assuming he's just going to come back on yet. Will Hughes, Mendes. Into Joachim Andersen. Into Zaha. Intercepted by Richards, and now Sarr can drive. He slips in Petkovic. It's blocked well by Palace again. Again down the left-hand side. Lots of positive stuff happening down there for us. Richards to Fan. Just drops one in. That's a waste. Guaita's going to clear this. Hopefully it'll be a Watford win. It is. Sissoko now. Over the top, Petkovic is in. He's not quite got the pace for him. He tries to lob him, I think. It's blocked again for another corner. Usual Quaisance to deliver. Francisco's there and it's 1-0. They've still not fixed corners. And we will keep abusing them. Chuck praise out. 18 minutes in, Watford 1, Crystal Palace 0. Francisco with his 5th of the year, I believe. Just peels off him well. It's Edouard down the left for Crystal Palace into Hughes. Conor Gallagher. That's a terrible pass, and João Pedro is going to capitalise, hopefully. Ball across. Petkovic is great in the air. It's off the post again. Petkovic is such a threat in the air. He's been in such good form recently for us. 25 minutes. Toure on the ball for us. Ismaila Sarr into Sissoko. Will Hughes nicks it, but Sarr picks it up again. Petkovic takes it. Quaisance finds Sarr. Finds Musa Sissoko, and it's over. I don't know if Sissoko's ever hit the target for us this season. Crystal Palace have a chance to bring it forward now. Anderson carrying the ball out of defence into our half. All the way back to Beta. If we could have nicked it then, it would have been 1-on-1. Gallagher into Hughes. Zaha. We look set defensively. Although Zaha's done really well to win that. Bira Eze, what a pass. Oh, it's a terrible finish. Well held, Livakovic. make it into half-time, 1-0 up. It's been a really good half from us. Just a one shot on target, which was a bit disappointing, but seriously good XG. Crystal Palace have created very little. Got to hold on to this against bottom of the league, Crystal Palace. There's a few good players at Palace as well. If they go down, there'd certainly be a team I'd go and look to try and pick up 1 or 2 players. Quaisant's free kick early in the half. Go to punches. We've got nobody on the edge. Ismail Assar just runs. It's a penalty. It has to be. It's going to go to VAR, I'm assuming. Mendes is already on a card as well. I don't think he'll be sent off, but Michael Oliver is asking, oh boy. It's a penalty. Ismail Assar will take after winning it. We've been pretty good from the spot this year. Don't think we've missed too many. That's going to curse it. Assar buries 2-0. That really puts us in the driving seat now. Whew. Relief. As you can see, we're the early kickoff in this one. That's why everybody's got 2 games in hand, or at least a game. Arsenal do have a game in hand over us, but we're at least applying some pressure with this result, hopefully. As we hit the hour mark, we're just going to make a couple of changes. Josh King's just come back from yet another injury, so we're going to get him on. Ismail Assar's going to come off for Dennis as well, as we look to rest our 2 star men at the minute. Palace have a chance. Gallagher. Quaisant nicks it off him. Francisco are clear. Only as far as Anderson, who's been able to bring it forward into our half on a few occasions now. Eze into Hughes. Mateta. Hughes had made a run beyond then. I thought they were going to find him. Milivojevic now. He's patient from Palace. Anderson into Gallagher. Into Hughes. It's a great ball to Mateta. Oh, he's put it wide. Huge let off. Oh, interesting. They've put Will Hughes out wide right as an inside forward after taking Zaha. As time ticks away with just over 5 minutes left, we're going to get Viti on for Francisco, who's just very tired. I think he's just come back from international duty. Hopefully that change won't affect things too much. As I've come back to King rolling around on the floor, he has had injury after injury in the second half of this season. He's up on his feet now, which is nice. 87th minute, that'd be a really bad time to concede. Hughes wins it. Tufan nicks it off him. Richards then goes past Will Hughes brilliantly. The match engine looks really good there. And Hughes is going to get a red card against his former club. That's a shame, fella. Bye-bye. There we have it. 2-0 victors on the day. A really strong showing from us. 22 fouls Crystal Palace racked up there. They've gone for the kick lumps out of them approach, and it's not worked for them. So Arsenal do win their game 2-0 over Burnley, which means they still have the opportunity to go above us with their game in hand. I'm assuming Everton are going to be on the Sunday. They too have a game in hand as well, but we've got a good enough points gap over them at the minute. Just a quick look at the table here. Leicester, despite their pretty poor season, actually beat Man United in the Carabao Cup final, so they have secured Euro Cup 2. 7th currently doesn't have it, but I'm not sure how it works. I know that in some people's save, 8 teams have ended up with European football in England. We'll see where we're at the end of the year. Hopefully, we don't have to worry about 7th place. Aston Villa play Everton on the Sunday. We could do with a win. It's 2-1 Everton. Dominic Calvert-Lewin double. Leon Bailey getting a goal for Villa. So if Everton win their game in hand, we'd still be 5 points clear of them with 7 games left. So just thought I'd show you that we have had youth intake day. We had a pretty poor youth intake. We were due to get at least 2 really good fullbacks, which was what our preview stated, but we actually got 1 who wasn't even 2 of the best ones. We only signed 4 from the intake. This save isn't going to last more than 3 seasons max, so we're not going to get a chance to see how these develop and stuff, but I thought I'd just bring you them, see the new faces. They're not good. Jason Price, American goalkeeper. Doesn't look awful. He's got some okay stats. Mentally, he's a bit weak, but okay potential. Marcel Dalton, English left back. Good determination, teamwork, bravery. Good in the tackle already. Physically needs improving. Would need a lot of work that we're not going to get to put into this save. Max Pete was actually the best of the bunch. A centre-back, DM, left wing-back. I think if he can improve physically, probably a centre-back would be his best option. At 16, he's already got some pretty good value as well in him. Finally, Mitchell Fernal. Physically good. Off the ball is terrible, which would definitely need improving, but really good work, great technique. Crossing's very good as well. I think there could be a player there. Again, would need a lot of work. So we just got our opposition report. Tottenham actually lost 2-1 in their last game to Southampton, a 94th minute goal by Nathan Tella. Southampton suddenly making a late charge to try and not be relegated. The reason I went and checked the Tottenham result is because I saw this and wanted to see how they were getting on. Really, really outdone by Southampton. Interestingly, just looking through the team and the pass map, there's a lot of space if we were to get the ball between the midfielders and the centre halves, an area in which we're really good. Alfie Devine's playing for them. He was in the top 50 Next Gen award. I believe he was in 30 to 41. Looks really good already at the start of the game. A really high prospect at Tottenham. So we're at the midweek before our game against Spurs on the Saturday. Arsenal play their game in hand. They've actually got Chelsea, which I think is good for us. Obviously, a win for Chelsea here would mean we stay above Arsenal in 5th place. And of course, Arsenal win 2-1 with a sending off. Okay, so I was so fixated on the fact that Arsenal have just beaten Chelsea that I didn't realise Brentford have beaten Everton 2-0. So despite us moving down into 6th, we've got an 8-point lead ahead of Everton going into this final stretch of the season. When's your contract up? 2026? Oh, pain. Okay, so here we are at game day against Tottenham. Last time out we beat Tottenham 4-2. We actually featured it in one of the previous videos. If you haven't seen it, go check it out now. Livakovic in goal, Toure and Richards either side of Troost-Ekong and Francisco. Stefan's going to stay in the half-back role. I don't think I've changed him anyway, but Kuka is still suspended. Quaysons and Zoka are going to stay in the middle of the park. Sissoko obviously facing his former team. He didn't actually play last time out, but is fit enough to play this one. Ismail Assar, Pedro and Petkovic up front. Those three have been in incredible form in the last few games, and long may it continue. Just looking at the screen beforehand, it looks like Tottenham are lining up in a flat 4-3-3. Emerson Royal, Jeff Tanganga, Davinson Sanchez, Ben Davis, Oliver Skip, Højbjerg and Alfie Devine as a midfield three. Seems very ball winner heavy. Lucas Moura, Brian Hill and Dane Scarlett. Tottenham played during midweek in the Euro Cup 2, so I'm guessing that's a big factor here, but if ever there was a chance to take Tottenham and carry on this momentum, it's today. Dane Scarlett gets us underway then at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We found it difficult away from home of late, but let's hope we can put in a performance here against a fairly weakened Tottenham side. Tottenham with the first highlight of the game, 19 minutes in. Dane Scarlett finds Alfie Devine, back to Scarlett, we block it well and then Livakovic holds. Bit of a mess, but we survive. So as mentioned, it's not a flat 4-3-3. Oliver Skip is in the half-back role for Tottenham, which makes sense. He'll drop in and create this 3 so that Davis and Emerson Royal can push on. 2 box-to-boxes is very interesting. I've just had a look at Dane Scarlett as well. I know he's highly thought of at Tottenham, and Mourinho is another one that said how much of a star he is. He looks incredible for 18. But he's no Harry Kane, so I'd definitely rather be facing Dane Scarlett today. And cue the inevitable Scarlett goal, Owen. Why would you say that? 40 minutes in, it's been a really quiet half. Ben Davis and Brian Hill work it well on the left there. Højbjerg collects the header clear. Brian Hill again. Great block from us. Quaysons, nothing silly. Oh my goodness, I thought that was going to be bad news. We make it to half-time 0-0. Tottenham definitely had the better of the half. Really quiet half in terms of highlights. Didn't see much. Poor from us. Okay, so we've been forced into a change at half-time. Omar Richards is having to come off. We're going to bring on Danny Rose. Danny Rose actually scored against his former club last time out, and the way this game's going, if he could nick a goal here, it would be over the moon. A few minutes into the half, and Lucas Moura's driving out of his own half into ours. He's only got Dane Scarlett up there with him at the minute. He goes back to Højbjerg. Oh, it's a great ball over the top. Watford are in trouble here. Brian Hill's on his own. Livakovic saves and Sarr heads clear. Wow, that's a big let-off. Not playing well at all here against Tottenham. Brian Hill's going to deliver this corner. Tangana's at the back post. Francisco heads well. I think that'll be the end of that. 55 minutes in now. Front players aren't playing too well. We're going to get João Pedro off and bring on Emmanuel Dennis. And you're going to get Petkovic off as well for Josh King, who's still trying to find fitness, but I think changing him to an advanced forward will give us a bit more emphasis going forward than what we have currently. 70 minutes in now, Tottenham have a free kick. Davinson Sanchez meets us, an absolute bullet header, but it goes wide. 76 minutes now, it's been another quiet half, especially from our perspective. We've had nothing. We give the ball away cheaply there, and Dane Scarlett's going to go in on goal and shoot, and Livakovic holds well. So wasteful in possession today. Into the final 7 minutes here. Kind of just trying to hold on for a 0-0 draw, honestly. It's not been that great from us today. Ndombele has come on for Tottenham. Brian Hill and Ben Davis down this left-hand side have just had the freedom of it. Sarr cannot burst away from Ben Davis, apparently. Ndombele finds Brian Hill. It's a great challenge. I think it was Francisco. Blocked again. Francisco should be able to deal with this, and does. We're into plus 5 minutes at a time here. We're out of substitutions, and Danny Rose has picked up an injury. So we're just going to click confirm and do nothing and hope we survive. Oh God, Tottenham have a highlight. 93rd minute. Emerson Royal's going to have the freedom of this side because Danny Rose isn't there. Fires it across, it's blocked well. Corner kick Tottenham at the death. Oh, we defend it well. Ndombele now. We're going to close him down. Emmanuel Dennis, can you block it? He does dig one out. easily clear for Troost-Ekong. Final 10 seconds here. I'm hoping for nothing silly as we launch it to no one. He's going to switch it to Melamed. Oh, it's blocked. This will be it. Last chance for Tottenham Hotspur. Away. Oh, I thought Sanchez had the run of it then. Winks. Oh, do not. It's a goal kick. I think that should be that. Oh dear. Referee, are you joking? Is the watch broke? Into the 96th minute now. Why are we still playing, ref? Ref, I would like to take my nil. That's disgusting. Send him off. Ref must have left his cards at home. It's Mike Dean. Typical. And that's that. 0-0, which I will take. If you can see from the stats, we deserve to lose that game big time. Not as aggressive as we normally are. No cards for us. Just the injury to Danny Rose, the only notable thing to happen. That's that for today's episode then. We pick up the form after a couple of defeats off camera. 2-0 against Crystal Palace and a 0-0 draw away at Tottenham. We'll take that all day. In the next episode, we're going to do Chelsea, Villa and Burnley to end the season. We'll include all 3 games, then we'll see where we finish. Play Liverpool, Man United and Brentford off camera, and hopefully in that next episode, we'll be in a really good spot to try and get European football. As always, if you enjoyed the episode, please click a like button. Leave a comment down below, let me know how you're getting on with your Football Manager saves. And if you're new around here, hit subscribe. See you next time.